So hi guys, Payson here again. So sorry I was late and I was not aware that there was a Virgin Orbit test launch. So sorry. So now let's get into it. Just a second, guys. Okay, guys, there we go. You can see the airplane.
LC to rocket control room.
Copy.
Whenever we get to step 146 or 147 through 150, or actually 149, if you don't mind the rocket team taking that to venting the tanks and setting the appropriate top set points.
Copy. I can take that action.
Copy that. We'll let you know when to proceed.
Copy. I have the bounds ready.
Copy. Thank you.
This is Long Beach IT, stepping off comms affirmative.
Cover that Long Beach IT. LC rocket. Could we evaluate current warnings on warning board?
Copy that. Good to clear all at this time.
Copy that. Understood. Clearing all.
In support of today's mission, we have hundreds of parameters spread across both the rocket and the airplane. We've gone through and cherry-picked some of the exact best ones to go and give you situational awareness on what's happening for today's mission. And in particular, we put this together in what we call a graphical user interface, or GUI. I'm going to give you a rundown of one of the GUIs that we'll be sharing with you today. So in particular, when we cut over to this, we're going to be able to see in the dead center of this is where I'm going to be focusing the most. And this shows what our loading operations look like. Following along this morning, we started off at 0, and you can see across the board we have a full rocket, both for first stage and for second stage with LOX and fuel, and even some of the gases that we have on board the rocket are fully fueled. Over on the left-hand side, you're going to be able to see what Cosmic Girl is doing. Cosmic Girl right now is at a blistering 0 miles per hour as we're finishing up the filling operations. This will update as we move through the rest of the mission. Across the top, these are blank right now, but will be filled when we're going through the ascent of the rocket. We'll have both the altitude, the airspeed, as well as the acceleration encountered by the payloads on board the rocket today. And then across the bottom, we have some situational awareness on some of the added elements that we have on board Cosmic Girl, such as the pallet gases, our pylon, or our separation system that we use for the rocket, and the status of some of our ground support equipment. This GUI will be getting updated throughout the day as we move through some of the different phases of flight. So by all means, have some situational awareness, and we'll keep you updated throughout the rest of the mission.
LC to plane on control room. Okay, fine, plane. Just making sure that you're prepped and ready to go for initiation of 299 whenever we get ready. Super ready. Copy that.
LC ground fluid stepping off.
Copy that, ground fluids. LC, are you in control? Currently evaluating S2 DPO tank warning. Copy that, thank you.
Ground fluids back on.
Welcome back, ground fluids.
LCC in the control room. We are good to proceed with the stage 2 LOX tank pressure. We evaluated that there could have been some liquid left in the coils that got pushed into the tank, approximately 4 pounds, and that would explain the increase in pressure that was seen overnight.
Copy that, CE. Thanks for the update.
Ticket 5249 is being routed for closure.
Copy. Thank you, sir.
LCC on control room, we are good to approach LCCs.
Copy that. Understood. Appreciate it, CE.
This is Long Beach IT, back on comms.
Welcome back, Long Beach IT. CNC stepping off the car fluid real quick. Cover that, CNC.
LD back on it.
Welcome back, LD.
Ground on control, auto 1 is complete.
Copy that. Thank you, ground. Alright, at this time we're going to be stopping or aborting of Auto 150. Auto 150, Marvin to Roomba, command check. Aborting in 3, 2, 1. Confirmed abort. Alright, at this time I'm going to be stopping all 3 dogs. Opening dog 001, deep dot safing watchdog, and stopping in 3, 2, 1. Stopping dog 002, ground Marvin safing watchdog in 3, 2, 1. Stopping dog 003, plain Marvin safing watchdog in 3, 2, 1.
Confirmed bell stopped.
Copy. Rock, you're clear to proceed with steps 147, 49, venting the LOX tanks for approach.
Copy that. Would you like me to announce on all pads or just on control?
All pads, please.
Copy that.
Alpha and Echo at this time.
Understood. This is Rocket on control room, Alpha and Echo. I'll be setting stage 2 LOX top set points to 23 low, 40 high. Updating in 3, 2, 1. Confirmed vent. Venting stage 1 LOX similarly, except lower bound 20, upper bound 40. Venting in 3, 2, 1. Stage 2's venting is complete, setting upper limit to 50 psi. Stage 1 venting is complete as well, setting upper bound to 53.2. Complete.
LC, CD, LD, and CE confirm Wolf Loop and Wolf Team are good for approach.
Confirmed.
Go for bridge.
Copy that, thank you.
That's your plan, control. Can I start 299?
Confirmed, you can start 299. This is LC on control room, Alpha and Echo. At this point in time, the red team is clear for approach to Hammerhead.
Welcome back. Let's talk a little bit about our launch trailers. Generally speaking, we only need 3 things to fly from any given launch site: a launch license, a runway, and a set of ground support equipment, or GSE. Our GSE footprint is actually very small and inexpensive as compared to larger, more traditional launch systems. It amounts to just a handful of transportable trailers, you'll see in this graphic coming up, which are key to our system's unique mobility. Case in point, for this launch here in Mojave today, the trailers literally drove into the spaceport on regular roads, just like any other car. Then we hooked them up to the rocket for loading and fueling and other pre-launch operations. The cool thing about this process is that it can be replicated at other launch sites worldwide. Once we cut back to the Hammerhead camera, see if you can figure out what each trailer does.
Confirm Proc 390 has started as well.
Already on control. Currently evaluating PDOT warning.
Copy already.
This is LC on Control Room Alpha and Echo. At this time, I'm going to verify that S1 has 2 proper monitoring safe to approach pressures. We're going to leave tops in auto mode, which is a deviation from Proc 401 in step 10, which states put it in manual mode.
S1 Prop will go.
That's Prop will go.
Copy, thank you. And verifying all auto sequences have been stopped at this time. Confirmed all autos have been stopped. Rocket currently is in manual mode. All right, at this point in time, could I give
To give a quick update from the MCC, the cameras that you've been watching at the Hammerhead been showing a lot of the filling up of the rocket. They're about to get a lot busier. We're going to have our red team, or what we call internally our wolf pack, go and approach and start disconnecting the rocket, as well as having our flight crew step onto the airplane. So keep a lookout and expect a few more people joining the show today.
All right, this is LC Pad Technician. Gonna get you to go close 04 OV3.
Early plane control room, gas line manual valve states are set. Proc 299, step 34.
Copy.
Seaplane and control room, set KPIs to commit takeoff.
Let's take a look back at our most recent and first mission to space, Launch Demo 2. It could not have gone more perfectly. From ground operations to satellite deployment, everything fell into place just as we had planned. I think that every Virgin Orbit remembers where they were the day that we successfully made it to space for the first time. I know for myself, I was with my family at the end of the runway and we watched Cosmic Girl take off right over our heads. It was just an incredible moment for me. Wade, where were you during the last launch?
So it was the time of COVID. I think that we've all encountered a little bit of that recently, and I was alone watching the launch by myself in a hotel room in Palmdale, California, awaiting my now fiance to come back. She's now today's launch director. So it was a personal experience of being able to go up there during COVID, but it was great to see her face when she got back after the successful launch.
Absolutely. COVID made our celebrations just a little bit more difficult than we had hoped, but it was still memorable nonetheless. Yeah. I think the moment that we saw our payload fairing separate and we finally saw our payloads in space, and we saw the curvature of the Earth in space, that was the moment that I knew we had, really, really made it. Ruthie, did you have any favorite memorable moments from the last launch?
Yeah, I think for me the most memorable moment was seeing the blue skies go to black. And it was just such an incredible moment because that's when we knew Launcher 1 had made it to space.
Yeah, absolutely. It was such an important day for the whole Virgin Orbit team, but also for the whole industry. It was the first time anybody had air-launched a liquid-fueled orbital-class rocket to space. And on top of that, we were able to deploy 10 different satellites from universities across the United States to their desired orbit. With our system proven out, we're now moving forward towards our ultimate goal of providing flexible and affordable space to countries all around the world. Let's take a minute to watch a quick recap video of our last launch.
Elsie, this is LB on control room. We are currently on track for our nominal timeline, and our current drop time as 19:25 UTC.
Plane and control room, flight crew has been boarded the aircraft.
Cosmic Girl, this is Orbit Base. You are go for takeoff.
Copy, go for takeoff.
Altitude 3000.
Cosmic Girl is starting the turn to the inbound. Pulling now.
Release. Release, release, release.
Disignited. Confirm Newton 3 engine startup.
Max Alpha achieved. Stage set, brake wires broken.
Newton 4 startup complete.
He's recovered and we are now returning to base.
Bearing, brake wires broken.
Launcher 1's in space. Mauritius has confirmed acquisition signal. Payload separation confirmed.
SMA control room, we're handing off SMA1 to SMA2, and the Baja thing looks okay now.
Cover the SMA.
C's back on comms.
Got SMA2 on comms on control room.
Welcome, SMA2.
MCC planning control room starting data handoff. CNC, please perform all CNC steps on Proc 299 and make calls on control room.
CNC copies on control room. Step 6-1, system link is open, and plane Marvin and plane deep flat memory look nominal. I have verified all docs have stopped. Video streaming is off. Expected fail. Panasonic station is active. and not broadcasting. Selecting Play Marvin from the drop-down list and selecting Disconnect. Okay, step 66, clicking the disarm button and disconnecting Plane Marvin from ground deflat in 3, 2, 1. Disconnected and expected warnings. Okay, step 69, selecting data to Panasonic and starting the Panasonic stream in 3, 2, 1. Started. Plane CNC on control room, ground deflat has been disconnected from Plane Marvin.
Expected warnings.
CNC Planet Control Room, I got you on 299, step 71.
Today, Cosmic Girl is piloted by our Chief Test Pilot, Kelly Latimer, and our Chief Pilot, Eric Bippert. We also have 2 launch engineers on board, Jason Panzerino and Bryce Schaefer. Let's quickly recap what our flight profile looks like so you know what to expect once Cosmic Girl takes off. Let's take a look at a GUI. After departing Mojave, Cosmic Girl will fly southwest to our drop point, which is about 50 miles south of the Channel Islands. Once we reach the drop point, we'll enter into a loop that we call the racetrack as we wait for final goes and no-goes. During those go and no-go polls, our console operators will be double-checking the health and status of the entire system tip to tail. Cosmic Girl's first lap around the racetrack is just a cold pass, giving us an opportunity to verify winds are good and that we have a strong S-band connection for telemetry. This is also when our Autonomous Flight Safety System, or AFSS, will confirm that we have the right conditions to send Launcher 1 into orbit. After that, we'll commit to our terminal count auto sequence, which lasts about 15 minutes. After terminal count, Launcher 1 enters drop ready mode and is totally autonomous. As we pass the drop point again, Kelly will pull Cosmic Girl up into a pretty sharp pitch angle, about 30 degrees, to point Launcher 1 skyward before she manually releases the rocket. You'll know she's dropping the rocket when you hear her say, "Release, release, release." After release, the rocket falls for about 5 seconds before the main engine, Newton 3, starts up and accelerates the rocket through the upper atmosphere. Anyone who's watched a rocket launch before knows what happens next. The first stage will detach after it runs out of fuel, and then the upper stage engine, Newton 4, on our rocket, will ignite to complete the last bit of the journey to orbit. This is the first time Chief Pilot Eric is helming Cosmic Girl since joining the team last year. Let's watch a short video to get to know him.
Yeah, my name is Eric Bippert, and I was recently hired as the new Chief Test Pilot. I learned to fly and got my private pilot's license at the age of 18. And then after college, I commissioned into the Air Force and went to pilot training. I did pretty well in pilot training. I was able to get my first pick of flying C-17s to Charleston, South Carolina. And while there, September 11th hit, and I ended up flying a lot of the initial combat airlift operations into Afghanistan and later Iraq. After that, I became an instructor pilot at the C-17 schoolhouse. And there I instructed literally hundreds of students how to fly the C-17, and I found that to be really rewarding. After that, I went to Air Force Test Pilot School, and I ended up spending the last 10 years of my career all at Edwards Air Force Base. I'm also no stranger to dropping very large and heavy objects out of airplanes. I've airdropped everything from the Orion space capsule to a record 85,000-pound airdrop of a NASA Ares rocket to even a live ballistic missile. Overall, I've flown 49 different aircraft, and Cosmic Girl is going to be my 50th. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool milestone for me. I mean, launching rockets into space, I don't think I can say that without having a little smile on my face. And really, in addition to that, the team here is awesome, and I really believe in what we're doing, you know, across the full gamut of, you know, small satellites to, you know, benefit science and education and, you know, connectivity, national security. The list really goes on and on. This is the kind of job where I'm going to be able to walk home every day with a smile on my face.
I'll do planet control. I'm going to re-enable some warnings. Cover that plane. Expecting it and 2 delivery flow goes away shortly.
Understood.
Planet control, I'm clearing and 2 delivery flow.
IT Mojave on comms.
Welcome back, IT Mojave.
Plane, this is LD on control.
Careful plane.
Did I miss the call for rocket on GN2?
Negative, they did announce that.
Copy. So step 8-5 of Proc 299 is complete.
Affirmative.
Copy, thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Sustainability and environmental stewardship are top priorities for Virgin Orbit, and our commitment to sustainability also extends into our launches. Our air launch platform allows us to minimize the environmental impact to surrounding areas. Most traditional ground launch bases are actually on protected wildlife reserves, and our air launch allows us to use existing airport runways, which avoids construction and impact on wildlife and fauna. Our air launch also emits approximately 90% less carbon, including smoke and soot, into the ground areas as compared to ground launches, and sound pollution from air launch is approximately 94% less than ground-launched rockets. On top of that, Virgin Orbit will be offsetting the carbon emissions from this flight by investing in regenerative agriculture projects around the globe.
SMA to LD on control. Go ahead. Just for your general awareness, I'm going to be taking over the control of Wally PTZ for takeoff. Copy that.
Terminal plane control, can you meet me in plane?
SMA, this is LD Echo. Go for SMA on control. Confirming your go for takeoff. Affirm. Copy.
LCC control room, we are go for takeoff.
Okay guys, so that was a
Have
go
a
for
seat.
takeoff.
Thank you.
And you can see the rocket attached to the airplane on the screen.
CNC on control room looks like a momentary outage on Panasonic data stream.
Copy. Clearing warnings.
Okay guys, so now it's going for takeoff.
All right, everyone, as you can see, Cosmic Girl is being towed to the end of the runway. Keep your eyes on the screen. Takeoff is imminent, so stay tuned.
Okay, guys, in 10 minutes, it will launch.
LC, Long Beach IT2, checking in. Copy, IT.
Orbit base LE1, board 107, has run to completion.
Copy, board 107.
Orbit base LE2, starting aircraft engines and idling for 5 minutes.
Copy, 5-minute idle.
All right, everyone, what we just heard over comms is that the Cosmic Girl is going to start doing a 5-minute idle of the engines. Basically, we're warming her up so that when we fly, everything is already checked out and good to go. So things are getting really, really, really exciting. We're going to be taking off quite soon, so stay tuned, keep watching the screens, and we'll be wheels up in no time.
Orbit base LE2, I will be venting and repressing both LOX tanks for takeoff.
Copy, vent and repress.
Engine 2, nominal start. Engine 3, nominal start. And engine 4 nominal start. I'll do planning control room. We have about 75 minutes budget on GN2 at this time.
Plane, was that a call for LC on control?
LC or LD was letting you guys know about 75 minutes budget on GN2.
Copy that, understood. Thank you, 75 minutes.
Orbit base, LE1 high-speed data recording initiated.
Oh, Orbit base copies. Recording high-speed data. Cosmover Orbit base, verifying that you've loaded the S-band on mode file.
Confirm, S-band on has been uploaded.
Copy that, thank you.
And we are beginning taxi now.
Orbit base copies, begin a taxi.
LVCD on control room, we are still go for takeoff.
Copy that.
All right, everyone. We've heard that we are go for takeoff. We are go for taxi. You can see Cosmic Girl moving right now. Keep an eye out. We are about to be wheels up.
Orbit base, LE2, are you still go for takeoff?
Go for takeoff.
We are hearing goes for takeoff
Copy,
across the board.
SMA, this is LDX. Can you go to anomaly
There was
1?
like 30 of them right on the hillside moving that way yesterday, and like 10 popped up at once. And I was like, ooh. And then they said today is going to be dry lightning all day. And most of the storms, they're coming up over the Sierras and moving out that way along the Nevada border. back right before I left. Like it was like.
Orbit base LE1, we're on the takeoff roll.
Orbit base copies and takeoff roll.
All right, everyone, we heard that we were just about to take off. We have made it to the top of the runway, and Cosmic Girl is moving. Lots of excitement here. Here goes Cosmic Girl. And yes, we are wheels up. Specific to our drop point, which is 50 miles south of the Channel Islands. Right now, Mission Control is monitoring the rocket to ensure all of our systems are healthy through this takeoff, through this flight. In particular, we're keeping a really close eye on temperatures to make sure the mission is still running on time. We want to still make sure that our liquid oxygen is as cold as possible for our mission. Our LEs, Bryce Schaefer and Jason Panzerino, are doing all of this monitoring work from the aircraft. They're effectively working as a mobile mission control for the rest of the mission.
Altitude 5,000.
Orbit base LE2, S-band transmitter is active. Confirm when launch required.
Orbit base copies. We'll
Go ahead, LD, for Radiohead.
S-band is active from launch. Lock when you have it.
Mojave has frame lock and target lock. Good signal at Mojave.
Cosmic Girl, orbit base. We have confirmed good S-band lock for Mojave.
Copy confirmed, good S-band launch Mojave.
Okay, guys, after all, it was a successful takeoff. Okay,
LDT
guys. So
5000.
Copy 10,000.
And it seems like we cut the Gen 2 flow.
okay, guys. So on the right side, you can see the rocket camera from where it will separate and go on its flight.
LD, we can go ahead and disable anti-delivery flow.
Copy disabling.
Okay, guys. So the takeoff it took a lot of time, by the way.
Orbit base, LE1, rocket cavity purges on bleed air.
Orbit base copies, cavity purge on bleeder. Thank you.
LD radio head on control.
Go ahead.
As be advised, we're seeing normal expected dropouts in the turn, but when we have data, it's much cleaner and better than we saw the last two times when we were on.
We're heading out to the drop point right now, and wanted to give you an update that we have our S-band, our data is flowing into the mission control room, but we wanted to take a little bit of a pause as we haven't got to mention some of the customers on today's mission. So, as we mentioned at the top of the show, we're carrying 3 different customers to space on Launcher 1 today. First up is the U.S. Department of Defense, which is launching 4 CubeSats as part of the DoD Space Test Program's Rapid Agile Launch Initiative, or RALI. This launch is is also known as SCP-27VPA and was awarded to Vox Space by the Department of Defense's Defense Innovation Unit, or DIU. The DoD and the U.S. government more broadly is very interested in leveraging more commercial technology to support R&D efforts and grow its launch capacity to support increased national security. Our second payload is a CubeSat called BRIC-2, built by ISI Space for the Royal Netherlands Air Force. This is actually the Netherlands' first ever military satellite, so this is a big step forward for their space program. BRIC-2 will serve as a testbed for a variety of communication experiments and also demonstrate how small satellites can provide a meaningful contribution to the country's military operations. Last, but certainly not least, Launcher 1 has on board 2 satellites from the Polish satellite company Sat Revolution. These 2 CubeSats, called Stork 4 and Stork 5, or Marta as Stork 5 is affectionately known as, will be the first satellites placed into orbit for the company's Stork constellation. Once deployed, these satellites will collect multispectral, medium-resolution imagery for agricultural and energy customers in the U.S.
Okay, guys. Sorry for that. There is a network issue from my side. I'm really sorry. Let's continue. Okay, guys. So as you can see, the rocket can.
I'll see planning control room. Go ahead. Just checking with you if we get a comm check on VHF. Would you like us to respond or you would like to take over? I can take the call from VHF. I'll make sure it's active. Copy that. Verified I'm on VHF at this point in time, plane. Copy that, sir.
We've updated the estimated time to 14:47 and 0 seconds.
Orbit base copies. 1447 is new drop time. Thank you.
Orbit base, LA2 at file.
Cosmic Orbit base, could you repeat your last?
Okay, guys, so you.
The mission mode file has been uploaded.
Orbit base copies last. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so on the screen you can see the rocket stages, the first stage and the second stage. Okay, guys, again. The rocket attached to the separator on the left wing of the airplane.
This is LD on control. Can confirm chase is taken off.
Cosmic Girl continues her route out to the drop point. And we gave you an overview, top level of some of the customers on today's flight, but we also wanted to bring some of them directly to you. And to join, we have one of our anchor customers for today's mission from the Department of Defense's Space Test Program, or SDP. We have the director, Colonel Carlos Quinones. How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing great. It's great to be with you guys today.
Awesome. I see that you're joining us from Aviair and Spaceport. How's it going up there this morning?
It's beautiful morning here. It's a lot of excitement. We were just about to see the aircraft take off, and the crowd was pretty excited about seeing the aircraft moving closer to do our first launch. So a lot of excitement on our side.
That's excellent to hear. So can you tell me a little bit more about the DoD's Space Test Program?
Absolutely. So the DoD space program has been around for a long time, over 50 years. And the purpose of the program is to demonstrate emerging technologies in support of development capabilities for our joint warfighter. And particularly, we take early capabilities, early technologies, and we demonstrate that those technologies can support a operational capability or can support the development of the science and to go after a specific capability. So we are been doing this in support of the Department of Defense for a while, as I mentioned. And we particularly do 4 things. We actually do our mission design. We do the spacecraft procurement for some cases. We do integration and actually integration for launch vehicles and then space operations as needed.
All right, that's awesome. You're up to a whole lot there. As a part of this one, you had a procurement through the Rapid Agile Launch Initiative. Can you tell us a little bit about how that might have been different or what that is?
Absolutely. So in about 2017, we received a congressional kind of mandate to go and explore how we can help the enterprise by adding to the a small launch piece of the launch enterprise. So the purpose of the actual program was to not only help non-traditional contractors for the Department of Defense to come up to speed and provide this very needed service, but also another opportunity for science and technology payloads to be able to get access to space, do the experimentation, get the data, and help future programs continue the progress toward an operational capability. So we've been doing this since then. We were able to actually use our partnership with the Defense Innovation Unit as part of the overall enterprise, and we're able to do a contract or what we call an OTA for non-traditionals. And it's been very successful so far. We actually have launched already 3 payloads, and then we actually have another 5 launches looking this year and in support of that initiative.
Excellent. So today, some of the people want to know what experiments were selected to fly on Launcher 1 today, and maybe with, gosh, the laundry list of satellites that you're tracking, how these ones got selected.
So the selection process is called what the Space Experiments Review Board. This is a Department of Defense level board in which all services and DoD agencies bring their experiments forward to determine if those experiments are ready to go forward. There is a extensive criteria that we use for those, but mostly it comes down to make sure that we have an experiment that actually has military utility from the standpoint of the department, but also that has a well-planned experimentation that can actually help and move science forward and also help some specific programs. Once that list has been put together, then it comes back to the STP program, and then we use the Space and Missile Center full enterprise to help us then allocate either launch opportunities, or in some cases we actually go after and build our own space vehicles to integrate some of those payloads and use those opportunities to provide the additional capability that the department needs and overall that the nation needs. With regards to the payloads today, we have 4 payloads. We actually have one of our Army payloads there, Gunsmokes. We also have the CC program Block 1, and we also have the HaloNet. All those are CERB approved payloads. They've been on our list to provide LEO orbit experimentation, and we are very excited today to be able to provide that initial set of data to the team.
Art, thank you so much for the background on those. We're excited to get those experiments on orbit for you. And then you have a lot of choices when you fly, but today, why was Vox Space selected, and what do you think air launch brings to the launch enterprise and to the DoD more broadly?
No, absolutely. So Vox was part of a full competitive process that we did in partnership with DIU. And through that process, to take the congressional dollars that I already mentioned, we went through certain parameters. We were looking for, obviously, maturity on some of our vehicles, orbit availability, mass that can be serviced, and many other requirements. And through that process, Vox was selected to be a participant of our program. And it's an exciting opportunity for us. Number one, it's our goal to expand the small launch opportunity. That way, the Space and Missile Center launch enterprise has an opportunity to actually keep onboarding and on-ramping additional providers to future missions, which is very important. But also for us, it's about flexibility. And it's about to bring in different type of opportunities. In the case of what Vox brings, it's a unique opportunity, provides a launch, a small launch through aircraft deployment, which provides flexibility, it's not tied to a specific location, allow us to deal with things like weather and other things that if you're at a fixed site, you have to deal with as part of the more traditional approach. So it is an important and I believe a very fruitful endeavor that we are here and the opportunity to actually provide that type of capability and add it to the portfolio of capabilities that our center and the Space Force need is fantastic.
Art. Excellent, Art. Sir, we appreciate you being able to take the time. I know that you're with your team up in Mojave. I want to be able to let you be able to join the rest of them, but thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for flying on Launcher 1, and we look forward to launching more of your satellites here very soon.
Thank you for having me. It's fantastic, and look forward to step 2. Get that rocket onto orbit and get those capabilities going. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Orbit base, Cosmic Girl 01 is over water.
Orbit base copies, over water. Thank you.
And Orbit base, can we do another VHF check here?
Copy that, heading over to VHF.
CE, this is LDN Control. Now that Cosmic Girl is over water, please evaluate your commit to terminal count LCCs.
Evaluation in progress. LCE on control room, we are go for terminal count.
Copy that, CE.
Disabling C4A23.
Cosmic Orbit Base, we're currently tracking no issues at this time.
LDS radio Ed.
Orbit Base, LE1, trip warning on payload fairing temperature forward ambient. We're suggesting that we decrease the bleed air. If you can get a sense from thermal that you would like to
Long Beach and Lobby stations have recovered and are reporting good signal.
Orbit Base copies your last.
Copy radio.
Cosmic Orbit Base, what is the number you're intending to go to?
I think it start with 10 degrees, go down to 150.
Orbit Base copies and confirms your last for 150.
LA's on plane Honeywell. Thermal and payload advise that that sensor is towards the front and got relocated to the diffuser. Expecting a slightly higher temperature than the rest of the payload. Okay to leave bleed air at the original set point.
Copy, we'll leave bleed air as is. LE1.
Cosmic Girl is heading out to the drop point, so let's quickly talk about what's going to happen once we get there. We have a graphic to show you all. All right, so if you're looking at this graphic, the mission is moving from left to right. The first thing you'll hear right as drop happens is Kelly saying, release, release, release. And then 3 seconds later, we're going to have our PST ignition, which prepares our propellants for our main engine. 2 seconds after that, we'll see MES, or main engine start, where a Newton 3 engine will make Launcher 1 pitch up and go to space. As we accelerate in the atmosphere, we'll be increasing the loads to our system. And as we reach our max acceleration, 5 Gs, we're going to throttle down our engine to protect our payloads from those high loads. Soon after, we'll run out of propellant and we'll move into MECO, or the main engine cutoff. Following MECO, we'll go into a short coast and stage separation, when our first stage will fall through the atmosphere as it returns to Earth. At this point, we have made it to space, which is a huge, huge milestone for our mission, and it's safe enough for us to go into fairing separation. 4 seconds after that fairing separation, we'll start SES-1, which is our first burn on our second stage engine, Newton 4. Newton 4 will burn for about 6 minutes before it goes into another coast for about 30 minutes. This burn put us into our transfer orbit, which is the intermediate orbit that will ultimately put us into our final orbit. While we coast along our transfer orbit, we're going to go through what we call a barbecue roll, where our rocket will spin to make sure we are evenly heated on all sides. On the side that's in the shade, it can be negative hundreds of degrees, so we just want to keep it even on all sides. Once we've reached the apogee of our transfer orbit, we're going to begin SES-2, the second burn of our second stage engine. This burn is only a few seconds long, it's about 4 seconds, and it will put us into our final orbit. This will be so exciting for us because we can then release our payloads and our mission will be complete. We are so excited to reach this point of the mission. Throughout the whole flight, Wade and I will be providing you all with updates so you can follow along with the milestones. We are so looking forward to this happening soon.
SMA, this is LD on control.
Go for SMA on control.
Are you go for terminal count?
SMA is go for terminal count.
Copy that, thanks.
This is Radiohead. Long Beach is having expected cell loss and dropouts.
Copy expected loss at Long Beach. CE, this is LD on control.
Go ahead, LD.
Confirming you're still go for terminal count.
Affirm, still go.
Copy that. LEs, this is LD on plane Honeywell. MCC is go for terminal count.
Your MCC is go for terminal count, and we are performing step 79 at the moment. And we're base Cosmic Girl, we are 30 nautical miles to the Gold Pass.
Orbit base copies.
Cosmic 01 is 20 miles to Gold Pass.
Cosmic Girl, copy that. 20 miles Cold Pass.
Orbit base LE2, we are now on step 90 of Prague 300.
Orbit base copies on step 90, thank you. Cosmic Orbit Base, we are currently tracking.
Cosmic 01, 10 miles of cold pass.
Copy, tracking, no issue.
Recovered.
Orbit
Base copies 10 miles.
This is LD on control room. We're getting ready to approach the cold pass and are about 3 minutes away from the start of terminal count. I can confirm that AFSS is green at the cold pass. If you have any additional issues, please bring them up at this time.
Five miles. Two miles. One mile.
Okay, guys, close.
Cold pass.
Orbit Base, LE2, AFSS is green at the drop point.
Orbit Base copies, AFSS green at drop.
We just got confirmation of being green at our drop point. This means that we're ready to go and we're making the turn out and we'll be entering into our terminal count, which is, as a reminder, a 15-minute auto sequence that prepares Launcher 1 for orbit.
One minute until terminal count starts. One minute till terminal count start.
1 minute from terminal count.
Thirty seconds till terminal count start.
TM is seeing expected dropouts in the turn at both stations.
Copy, expected
10
drop.
seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Terminal count auto sequence initiated.
Orbit Base copies, it's confirmed auto terminal count has been initiated.
Okay, guys, so on the left side you can see
This
the
is LD on
properties
control
of the
room. Terminal
rocket
count has been
and
initiated.
there's
We're
the
about 15
time to
minutes from the
drop.
drop.
Time to drop. 14 minutes and counting. Backwards.
As we just heard from the control room, we've entered into our terminal count sequence. What you'll expect to hear a little bit over the communication channels is preparedness of the engines. We're going to be bleeding them in and getting them cold and ready to go to space. The LD has also confirmed that we're 15 minutes out from drop.
Expected warning. Cleared.
Cosmical Orbit Base just verifying that all systems are nominal at this point in time.
Roger, everything's nominal at this time.
Expected warning. Clearing.
Orbit Base, LE2, we've had a momentary warning on S1 DPSTNK. Please advise it's kind of been riding the balance throughout the whole flight.
Orbit Base copy, stand by, we'll get you a quick answer.
This is Rocket. Good to proceed.
Good to proceed.
Orbit Base, Newton 3.1 has begun chilling.
Newton 3.1 engine chill has begun.
Orbit Base copies, Newton 3, chill and beginning.
Expected warning on S1 fuel diff, good to clear.
S1 fuel diff, expected warning, clearing.
We just heard that Newton 3.1, the first stage engine, is beginning its engine chill-in. The plane will continue its bank and then start going into its hot pass, where we'll be quickly handing off to the pilots and entering into the pull-up maneuver.
S2 tanks are at initial pressure.
1 is turning inbound.
TM is seeing expected dropouts in the turn.
Copy. Expected dropout at the turn.
Okay, guys, that on the right hand side, you can see the live is coming.
Cosmodrome Orbit Base, currently all systems look nominal and tracking no issues at this time.
Copy, tracking, no issues at this time.
SMA on control, AFSS is green on the inbound turn as expected.
Copy. AFSS green.
Newton 3 engine chill nominal and S1 tanks at expected pressures.
Newton 3 engine chill nominal and S1 tanks at expected pressures.
Okay, guys, so you can live view of the
Orbit Base,
rocket
LE2, confirm S-band launching pad.
on the screen.
Orbit Base copies, currently in work.
Okay, guys, 4 minutes to go for the separation.
TM stations have recovered from their intermittent, and both Long Beach and Mojave have solid lock and solid signal.
Cosmodrome Orbit Base confirms solid lock on S-band.
Copy, solid lock.
Radiohead, please be ready to switch from Panasonic to S-band data in the MCC once the release call is over plane Honeywell.
Radio, Roger's that.
Battery power enabled. Battery power is enabled.
LD, the Baja station is recording it and tracking to the Long Beach signal. Looks good there.
We have confirmation that we've gone to internal power on the rocket. We are now in the hot pass and will be accelerating into the pull-up maneuver.
Right on internal power.
Cosmic accelerating to 485.
Aircraft S10 and AFSS confirmed go.
All expected warnings. Disabling.
Rocket systems look nominal. Astro-prop on control room and far engine shell nominal.
LD on control, 1 minute from drop ready.
All right, everyone, we're expecting Cosmic Girl to go into her pull-up maneuver soon. It's about a 25-second maneuver, and we'll see drop within it.
Rocket on plan Honeywell, please switch to GN2.
We're on GN2 high purge.
Good to proceed with launch.
Oh. Release, release, release. Release confirmed.
Release has been confirmed.
PST's ignited.
Newton 3 startup confirmed.
Team source switch to S-band.
Max Alpha flight complete.
We've had successful PST ignition, engine start, pitch up, and have passed max Q.
Cosmic Girl orbit base.
Stage 1 burn nominal.
Verified stage 1 burn is nominal. Max Alpha is complete.
Is queuing up Tubular Bells, part 1.
Max Q Alpha flight, or Max Q Alpha achieved.
Stage 1 burn, nominal.
Cosmic Roll Orbit Base, Stage 1 burn is nominal, passing 120,000 feet.
Stage 1 PU nominal, halfway through burn. Stage 1 trajectory nominal.
Stage 2 prop Newton 4 chill is nominal.
Throttle down commanded.
All right, everyone, we just passed our point of max acceleration, which was 5 Gs, and heard that we had successful down throttle. We're going to see a lot of things happening quickly. There we go. We just saw stage separation, and now we're going to see second engine start.
Fairing brake wire is broken.
Cosmic Go Orbit Base, stage set verified, Newton 4, startup initiated.
Copy that, I'll see you later burn.
Cosmic Go Orbit Base, also verified, fairing sep nominal.
We have confirmation of fairing separation, a video of the payloads on their way to orbit, and Newton 4 will continue to burn for the next few minutes.
Copy, Baja.
S2 prop, stage 2 burn is nominal.
Cosmic Go Orbit Base, stage 2 burn is nominal. Current camera view indicating payload separation items.
Stage 2 trajectory nominal.
Cosmic Go Orbit Base, LE1 is going to swap out with LE2, LC2.
Sound good. Thank you for your help today.
Great job, guys. Safe travels home.
Stage 2 PU nominal, halfway through burn.
Cosmic Roller Orbit Base, LC2 checking in.
Okay, guys. So as you thought, saw that it was a successful separation. State
Welcome to the party,
separation,
LD2.
fan separation, all successful.
Yeah, S2 prop, S2 is nominal.
Cosmic Girl Orbit base.
We're a little less than 2 minutes from Seco.
We're level flight in RTB.
Base copies level flight RTB.
S2 trajectory is nominal, and we are 1 minute from Seco.
All right, everyone, we just heard that Cosmic Girl is heading back to base. Well done to the flight team. You guys did an incredible job. Right now, we are about to hit SECO, second engine cutoff, and we've heard that everything is nominal.
AFSS mission rules S5.
Coast started. Barbecue roll started.
Newton 4 shutdown is confirmed.
Cosmic Girl Orbit base, Newton 4 shutdown.
Roger, Newton 4 shutdown complete.
We have confirmation of second engine shutdown and have reoriented the vehicle to begin its barbecue roll during the transfer orbit coast.
LD, this is Hotline on control room.
S2 prop copies.
Going to let the FAA know that we are okay to release the airspace.
Copy that.
And TM Baja Station has loss of signal.
Copy loss of signal. Estimated LD on control, taking back over control of Wally PTZ for visual of touchdown. Copy that.
Orbit Base, LE1. Just would like to congratulate Amy and Emily Eckstein on their anniversary today, as well as Michael and Christine Creven. And also Brandon Meehan, I'd like to congratulate him on taking his MCAT. I guess being a rocket scientist just wasn't enough for that guy.
Base copies on all the congratulations.
LD CNC on control room.
Go ahead.
Heading off to second shift CNC.
Copy that. Thanks for your service. CNC1.
LD, this is CNC on control room.
LC copies on control.
LC, I just wanted to make sure that it's okay for me to start transferring some data from the ground here.
LC's okay with data trigger.
Copy, thanks, Inward.
LC, this is IT on control room.
Copy control.
IT Mojave is going to switch out second shift.
Copy IT.
Pad engineer on control room for LC.
Copy control.
Hey, do we have permission to basically go back on site and save the site?
Stand by. LC on control of pad engineer, you do.
Copy that. All right, I'll start assembling second shift Wolfpack, and we'll go in.
Copy. Can you also let covered 6 know that we're no longer in HazOps? They could take down the roadblocks.
Okay, I'll drive by and let them know. I don't have their contact info.
Copy.
For today's mission, we've enlisted the help of ground stations around the world. Starting in Mojave, we use our own telemetry dish in our Mojave facility to track our takeoff. As we moved into our racetrack, we switched to the Long Beach dish that we have here at our facility. And then we're using dishes in Baja California, Mexico, Troll and O'Higgins in Antarctica, as well as dishes in Mauritius. All of these are helping us track our mission and making sure that we're okay. But just be aware that there will be a couple of breaks in getting live data, but we will update you all as we know all the details of how it's going.
SMA on control. Coverage 6 has been notified. They're going to bring down the roadblocks and head back to Hammerhead.
Copy on roadblocks. Thank you, SMA.
L2 plane, control room, permission to sign off.
Copy on control. Are you switching with plane 2?
Yes and no. I'll be following the Cosmic Goal and then taking care of the data download later.
Copy that.
LD2 on control room.
Copy LD2.
Welcome back, everyone. Wow, that was just so amazing and so exciting to see Launcher 1 make it to space yet again. And right now we have two very special guests joining us who we know very well and love very much. Sir Richard Branson, who is the founder of the Virgin Group, and our CEO, Dan Hart. Welcome, guys. How are you doing this morning?
Fantastic.
I'm not quite over the moon, but over the moon. It was just so brilliant to be here. I must admit, I'm a little biased. It was there we are, 7 flying, and the drop took place bang on 7:47, and I'm going into orbit. It was just perfect.
It was all planned that way.
You could never plan that. It was just magical, and obviously the mission's not quite completed, but so far it's just done so good.
We're on our way. We're in space and in orbit. We've got one more burn to do in about 16, 17 minutes, but who's counting? And to get our customers into their final orbit.
It's for members of the public who are watching, just incredible to think. It's now traveling at 17,500 miles an hour around orbit, ready to start putting the satellites into position into their specific orbit. So it's a pinch yourself moment.
It's been happening over and over again that way today. It's been a great day. And Richard, thanks for joining us. I mean, it's so awesome that we're at the point of getting through the COVID adventure we've been through that you could come and join us, and we could actually be together instead of in our own little bubble.
Skid even kissing.
Thanks for that.
No, he doesn't want me to join on any future launches.
No, it's been a great day. Thanks for joining us out at the Disconnect the Rocket. That was great. Thanks to the team did a phenomenal job. Every single countdown has its own personality. This one had a couple of little tiny turns along the way. The team just jumped on those, resolved them quickly, and we maintained, as everybody knows, our launch for the third time at the predetermined point in our first window. So really incredible to be with the team today.
Today is voting that now they've had a set now, hopefully going to become almost routine, and they'll be able to put more and more and more satellites, more and more rockets into space, and just build up the number. But we know the system fundamentally works. There is so many people need satellites in space. So fantastic.
And to think that a piece of concrete here in Southern California, being point this morning, sailed off and started our journey to space. I want to board today DoD Space Test Program, the Royal Netherlands Air Force with their spacecraft, and Sat Revolution for being with us. We look forward to, as Richard said, we're not done. We have to get you to your final orbit. So we still have a lot of work to do, ending up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you all. And had today, the Virgin Atlantic. This is was one of the very, very, very first planes we had 37 years ago. That is now was sitting at the end of the runway as the sun came up this morning, and then you look over and you see the graveyard of airlines that have not been successful. And in those last 37 years, I have to admit that I've wondered on occasions, can we still keep Virgin Atlantic going? Whether it was through the Dirty Tricks campaign that British Air with 9/11, whether it was through the great economic crash, and then COVID, and our incredible teams battle their way through and come out the far end. And they should be so proud to see a 747 instead of it rotting in the desert there, carrying this magnificent rock here on Earth up into the space. So,
Absolutely. I'll echo that.
And that's only my 10th coffee, so I can carry on talking all day. Anyway, cheers. Well done, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Right. Yes, Jess.
LCTE stepping off for a few.
Copy.
So guys, that was the longest stream I have ever done. 2 hours 40 minutes. Sure. So thank you for watching. Today I will not play the replay of that video. Okay, let it be. So thank you for joining me, and what else? Goodbye.